This should be my new intro for when I rewatch a movie. I don't know. Hello there, CriterioNate here. This is a Redux review. I called it a Redux review on my original one. This is me trying to make up for lost time, or lost reviews, or lost subtitles. Yeah, let's say lost subtitles. I'm here to just give a re-review of number 192, Volker Schlondorf's Coup de Grace, Der Fein or something. 1976, 98, 96 minutes, black and white, binaural, German, Russian, I think. I think it's actually all in German. I think there's some French in there too, though. So anyway, when I first watched this movie, I could not get the DVD of it. The only thing I had to watch it was I only could get a VHS copy of it. And I've done that before for other movies like The Night Porter. I almost did that for Port of Shadows. And I think there were a few others, and I can't for the life of me remember what they are right now. But yeah, Coup de Grace was one that I could only get on VHS tape at the time. I didn't have a Hulu account. Now that I've got a Hulu account, I said, once I got one, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna, do this. And considering Filmstruck is taking away the Criterion's taking away their Hulu, the Criterion movies from the Hulu account, and starting in about 5 days from today. I said, you know what, I'm going to go and take advantage of this, because I still haven't signed up for Filmstruck, and I don't know if I will. Again, I have reservations about it, but maybe I'll try a trial of it sometime soon, just to give you my full thoughts. And maybe that'll be probably its own separate video. So, anyway, just to recap the story, it's about this girl named Sophie, whose brother is stationed, is like in the war, and he comes to take refuge in their house, and he brings along his friend Eric, and Sophie falls for Eric, and Sophie's a very flirtatious girl, and when Eric rejects her, she kind of goes crazy. She kind of goes a little boy crazy and starts flirting with other guys, and to try to get Eric's attention. And Eric eventually does, start making out with Sophie, but it turns out that the only reason he does it is because he wants Sophie. He wants to prove himself to his friends in a manly way. I'm trying to get around the fact that he's sleeping with her brother Conrad. She finds out. She gets upset. She ends up leaving and joining the other side. They end up capturing her, and he ends up sentencing her to her death. And she ends up, but her last request is that she ask that Eric shoot her in the head, and that's how the movie ends. It ends up shooting her, and then there's this long shot. There's this one shot of her being shot. They take a photo of the soldiers, and then they get on the train, and then they pan over the dead bodies, and it's chilling. And that's the basic plot. I think I probably summarized it. Well, I don't know if I even summarized it any better. This time around, again, there were a number of things. I'll just give you just a couple things I was thinking about. One of the things that I did not mention last time, and I don't know if I don't think I mentioned it last time, because I did go back and watch my old review, but I only watched it to see what grade I gave it. One of the things I didn't mention last time was that the movie has a fantastic soundtrack. It's done by a guy named Stanley Myers, and I'm not familiar with Stanley Myers did the soundtrack to, or some pieces for the Nick Rogue movie Insignificance, which I have the soundtrack to, which I have not seen the movie yet, but of course we will, all in due time. Yeah, so I'm familiar with his work, because of that movie. Outside of that, so, and again, now the soundtrack doesn't really fit with the movie because it's all in black and white and it's from the 70s, so you can tell it kind of feels a little weird, because it's a historical fiction kind of movie. So the soundtrack feels a bit off, but at the same time, it's still really gorgeous. So, and it's just beautiful to hear. So, I had to give it I'm giving it a higher rating for the soundtrack alone. Stanley Myers did a fantastic job with that. The subtitles, I could read the subtitles this time. There were times when I still could not, because even though Criterion black outlines the words, it's still really hard to see the words sometimes. That's the problem. But again, I only had that issue I think maybe once or twice throughout the entire movie when they put it on the snow. For the most part, I could still make out what they were saying, but I just had to squint a little and look at a little closer. I think one of the biggest problems I had with this movie is that I had a hard time telling characters apart sometimes. I didn't know who's, it's like one of those things, especially with foreign movies, I'm never sure who's important and who isn't, It's a little difficult to tell, when you have all these guys. And I think the other problem was, it wasn't until about halfway, 60% through the movie, I could not tell for the life of me who the hell was Eric and who was Conrad. Because they look dead on alike. They both got their hair slicked and so I was like, okay, who is she talking to, And then when she was talking, when they was like, oh yeah, I love you, will you be mine? I'm like, okay, she's not talking to the brother. That's all I knew. So yeah, eventually it wasn't until they sit down, when they have the dinner sequence, and it wasn't until then that I realized I figured it out, Not even at the beginning when they introduced, all the characters and the two souls where Eric and Conrad come back to their house, come back to the Von Strand house. I forget their last name, Von something or other. So yeah, that was difficult to pay attention to, but the second time around, I think it's a better movie than I would have given. I don't think I would have. Originally gave it a C+, and again, looking at it again, I think it deserves a bit of a better review. I still don't like this movie a whole lot. I think Sophie's character is really annoying. Just the flirtatious side of her is just kind of dumb to watch. And that haircut, though. I can't believe, that bowl Beatles haircut, So it's just, that's just annoying. That's really, really annoying. So anyway, but that being said, again, the soundtrack is fantastic. I think I understood the plot a lot better the second time around. So, yeah. And again, it's got an interesting story. It does have an interesting story, just not the greatest I've seen. So, that being said, I think it's probably the best Volker Schlondorf movie. See, I'd have to see Young Torless again. It's a toss-up between Young Torless and Coup de Grace. Forget about Tin Drum. Forget about that other movie, The Lost Honor, Katharina Bloom. No, they can all go somewhere. But Coup de Grace might be his best. But again, Young Torless, I think I gave it a decent review. So I'm going to withdraw my original review of a C+, and retract it. I'm retracting it, and I'm going to give it a B. I'm going to give it a B. It's, again, not the most perfect movie, but it is still one that it's not the worst either. It's got some great things about it. It's got some not so great things about it. So because of that, it gets the B. Now, I want to see. Now, I don't think I still don't think I'm done because I think there were interviews included in the movie. And yes, there was an interview with Schlondorf and Von Trotta. So if I ever do find and you know what, I'm just gonna, just for fun, I'm going to look on my library catalog and see if I can get it now. Maybe somebody ordered a copy because it's in print. That's the thing. So I wonder if anybody ever got it. Nope, still nothing. I'm gonna try Der Fengschuss. Nope, nothing. So, oh well, just one of those movies. And I don't even think I saw the. You know what? Wait a minute. I'm gonna go back. Did they retract the VHS copy? Coup de grace. Let's look up Coup de grace. Let's see. Oh no, nope. Still, the VHS copy is still sitting there. In case I ever want to watch it again. Oh, somebody has it checked out right now, but who cares? Anyways, yeah, that's my re-review of Coup de grace B. Not a bad movie, not the greatest. That's that. So, was it worth a Hulu account? Getting a Hulu account just for that? I don't know. So that's it for today. Tomorrow we got some out-of-print Criterion in the form of Kind Hearts and Coronets. And Friday we got some Whit Stillman. Oh boy, I'm not looking forward to this. Well, who knows? Maybe it'll be okay. I'm just not looking forward to The Last Days of Disco. That movie I'm not looking forward to. But anyway, yeah. So we got that, and then of course next weekend we got the starting on Sunday we'll have the Louis Malle set. I checked my account. Murmur of the Heart is in, so I'll pick that up tonight. And of course, we got La Comme Lucienne. I swear, my girlfriend will give me a time. She's going to join us for this one. And then Au revoir les enfants. And of course, I got the supplements disc here. I'll try to I'm going to try to sprinkle the supplements throughout. There's one that some different ones. So anyway. So, and then I've ordered the next couple I've ordered, and again I mentioned in the last review, I got Viridiana, whatever. The other ones I've ordered, I think I'm still waiting on Fists in the Pocket, but Harlan County, USA is in, and I think the other one, there's another one, Late Spring, Ozu. I can't wait to check out some more Ozu again. But yeah, I'm just going to confirm this real quick because I got a minute or two. But yeah, and then I'll order the next. I'll probably get to ordering the next couple soon because I want to stay on top of these things. Yeah, Late Spring's in Brianna. Yeah, I'm still waiting on Fists in the Pocket to ship, so I may have to wait on that one. Although I think depending on how much time I have and depending on whether or not it's in print, that's the next thing. See, I'm going to find out here. Because I might try and rewatch it, depending on, well, let's find out what the supplements. Oh, there are a lot of supplements. I just realized, yeah, there are a lot of supplements. And I'm pretty sure Fists in the Pocket is out of print. Let's find out. Fists in the Pocket is not out of print. I apologize. So yeah, that's cool. And yeah, I think, wait. You know, I thought I said that the Louis Malle films were out of print, but they're not. So anyway, that's it for me. Well, I'm done yakking here. Thank you for watching. I'll put this in the info file for my original review. And let's see. Don't fall in love. Don't get shot in the head. I don't know. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and we will see you tomorrow for Kind Hearts and Coronets. And until then, goodbye.